This is scary looking. This is not a river, it's ordinary land where people live. When heavy rain caused the water in the river to rise and overflow, this is what happened. There have been water disasters all around Japan every year recently, with many people losing their lives.
息子の車がもう水流で浮き上がって流されかかってて、門の先はもう水流が激しくて、とてもじゃないけど大人の私でも出るとこれは流されるなと。15分か20分の間にもうどんどん水位が上がってきて、門中も浸かり、自分の腰あたりまで水が来だし、少しでも高いところへと上がろうとすぐ横にあったので、とりあえず松の木にしよう。一番上に登っててっぺんですね。
すぐ避難してくださいいうのが来たもんですから、これは逃げないけないと慌てて逃げたんです。その途中でもう水がブクブク言ってからもう道は使ってなかったですけど、ものすごい水が流れてたような状態で怖いなと思って、真っ暗い真っ暗です。中へ入ったのは6日目ぐらいか。入ったらもう中は天井が全部落ちてしまって、もう全部使ってしまってますから。
They say that because of global warming, we're going to have more water disasters, and they're going to get bigger too. But just worrying won't do anything. What should you do to protect your life in a water disaster? Let's think about what we can do together. A major cause of water disasters is heavy rain falling upstream and the rainwater collecting in a river, which causes the water level of the river to rise and overflow. A river's shape makes some places more likely to overflow. For example, a place like this where the river bends. Where rivers join together. Places where a river becomes narrower. And places where a river bend has been straightened by people. These places have especially high risk of the river overflowing during heavy rain. To prepare for water disasters, it's important to know what the rivers near you are like. So then, when it's raining really hard, how does the water in a river overflow, and what happens then? Let's watch computer animation to find out. This is an example of a river flowing through a regional city. You can see the water level of the river rising from heavy rain, and then the water suddenly rushes over the levee and into the streets. And just like you see here, even cars get swept away. When this is happening outside, what is happening inside homes? Let's take a look. This is inside a home in a room on the first floor. Water from the overflowing river has come inside the home too. The water level has risen. When the water rises higher than about 80 centimeters above the floor, furniture floats up and falls over. It's not only the furniture. Tatami mats and all kinds of things float up and can get in the way, making it hard to escape to the second floor. Even if you try to go outside, the water pressure from outside is very powerful, making it impossible for an adult to open the front door. You can get stuck in the room, unable to move, and the water keeps rising. Of the people who have lost their lives in a water disaster, many have drowned like this. Even if you can get outside, the neighborhood that you're used to seeing will not be there. The land will be all underwater. The water will be muddy, and you can't see height differences or the borders between roads and waterways, making it dangerous to walk around. You have to be careful traveling in a car, too. Places called underpasses, which are lower than the surrounding area, are particularly dangerous. The standing water in these places may be deeper than you think. Cars that go into an underpass can start floating up, making it impossible to steer, or the engine may flood and stop working. Even if you decide to get out and leave the car, you won't be able to. The water pressure from outside will keep you from opening the door. Do your mother and father know this? Next, let's take a look at a large river flowing through a big city. Oh, the river overflowed. Water keeps flowing into the streets. Large rivers are protected by great big levees, but if it rains heavily across a wide area, they can overflow too. Once a river overflows, it can cause major damage. Underground places are especially scary in large cities. Water can come rushing like a waterfall into subway stations and underground passageways. More and more water keeps flooding in. If you don't get out in time, you can get trapped underground and even drown, so you need to be careful. What's important to protect your life in a water disaster is to evacuate before the water comes flooding in. However, this is actually surprisingly hard to do during heavy rain.
今までの長年の経験っていうんですかね、この辺りは大雨が降るとすぐ水が水位が上がるっていうのを分かってましたから、どうせまた多いだけで終わるだろうと、言い方はあれですけど、高をくくっていたというんですか。はい。
超えることはあっても切れるいうことはもう全く考えてなかった。でニュースでなんか決壊したいうていうのを聞いたんですけど、いやお宅が決壊するわけないと思って、もう2階お付けだったんです。はい、2階におれば大丈夫かなというぐらいで落ち着いておりました。家族がなかなか腰を上げなかった。2階におれば大丈夫という気が私以上に多かったと思います。
First of all, even when it's raining really hard, people often think that they will be safe inside their home and do not evacuate. This is more often a problem with adults than with kids. So that's why I'm counting on you all. I want you to say something to the adults around you so that you will be able to evacuate together with them. So then, where is the right place to evacuate to? First, what you should do is know what dangers there are around where you live. Something that helps you do this is a map called a flood hazard map. The map has information on it, like when the river overflows, what places are likely to get flooded, how deep will the river get, and where are the evacuation sites. If your home is in a place that may get flooded, evacuate to a safe place on high ground where you don't have to worry about flooding. For example, a relative's home, a friend's home, or a hotel. Of course, you can also get to an evacuation site like a school, too. Even if you decide that your home is safe, for example, if the hazard map says that the water will not reach your second floor, evacuate to the second floor early when the water starts coming into the first floor. Next, let's talk about when you should evacuate. Municipalities announced warnings using a 5-level system to make it easy for everyone to understand when they should evacuate. In this system, warning levels 3 and 4 are especially important. Warning level 3. The elderly and people with disabilities start evacuating. Everyone else get prepared so you can evacuate quickly at any time. If you're with your grandpa and grandma, evacuate together with them. This is what level 3 means. Warning level 4. This is a sign that everyone needs to evacuate to a safe place, not just the elderly. Level 5 at the top means that a water disaster is already happening, and it might be too late to evacuate. That's why the time to evacuate is before this, when it's warning level 3 and 4. However, just knowing this information in your head is still not enough. While checking the hazard map together with your family and neighbors, regularly practice walking to your evacuation site to make sure you know the safe streets. Something else useful you can do to prepare is make a disaster and evacuation card yourself. While talking with your parents and people in your community, make your own card that tells you how to get to the evacuation site, where there is danger along the way, the right time to evacuate, and other things you should do if the time comes, as well as the order to do them in and things to watch out for. Participate in disaster drills at your school and in your community, and pay attention to what the dangers are. If you do, your body will remember what to do in an actual emergency and help you if the time comes. A water disaster could happen to you. Talk to your family and neighbors regularly about how to evacuate so you can be prepared if the time comes. Protect your own life yourself. Make sure to evacuate early.